Hey, what's going on, everybody? Extravagant Fragrances is back here again for another live. Uh, we are just processing orders, and I'm here now to take any questions, comments, uh, anything you want to ask regarding fragrance. And yeah, I'll be here, guys. It is 5:58 over on the East Coast, and we got one viewer. How's it going, Mona? Greetings to you. We are processing orders today. My space is really messy, so I mean, otherwise I actually have everything on camera, but I don't really do that right now. So uh we can just chat. We can chat. Any questions? Go ahead and put it in the comments. We'll see if there's more people coming in shortly. But today is going to be we're doing mostly incense today. And I just lit up some freesia right now. I literally just made a stick right now. I'm like burning the stick in the workspace. Uh, that freesia is really nice. It's really kind of overlooked. I personally like it. We got some more viewers. Greetings, viewers. How are you doing? Welcome back. Extravagant Fragrances back here again, and we are making sticks today, guys. Yep. We got let's see, tobacco vanilla. That needs to go on my burning oil list. So I'm gonna probably put that on the burning oil list. Tobacco vanilla. We got cinnamon going out. We got Jamaican coconut. We got honeysuckle, tropical fruit, frankincense and myrrh, Egyptian musk, pineapple coconut, jasmine. Let's see what else. We've got the compared to Gucci Guilty going out. We got a couple packs of that actually going out. Tobacco vanilla, more pineapple coconut, super cherry. Beethoven, how are you doing? Greetings. Beethoven says what are some common mistakes a new oil seller makes when he or she first starts out in their markets? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one of the number one mistakes I see is going to be not using proper disclaimers on your fragrances, right? So say for example they're selling the compared to designer body oils, right? And they don't put any kind of disclaimer like letting the customer know that these are not the originals, like the originals that you see in the mall. This is a our version or our impression of, so and so type, right? Compared to or our impression of, right? So they don't make that disclaimer. Instead, they just put the original designer name, and they get jammed up real fast. That's one of the very common thing. I see guys that have been in this business for years, and they still make that mistake. So yeah, that's the number one mistake I see. Uh, Let me see what else. What are some other mistakes? Um, Another mistake that I see might be kind of common, and that's really kind of like trial and error, is pricing. You need to know like what's the going rate for the body oils in your town, in your city, right? Um, in your area, because like for example, here in Pittsburgh, the going rate for a roll on is like $5, right? I can get five out of someone, no problem. No complaints, no nothing. Um, in I will say in the more kind of lower middle income areas. Now the upscale areas, yeah, I can get 20 out of someone for a one third roll on, right? So that's like one of the common things that I see is pricing, and that's not really a mistake. That's just really trial and error. You just kind of like want to figure out, who what your market is, and that kind of takes a little bit of testing. So But yeah, the number one mistake I see all the time is the proper disclaimers. And if you guys want to know about proper using proper disclaimers, I highly recommend, because I cannot give legal advice, but I would say uh what I personally did when I very first started is you want to go to um I went to LegalZoom and talked to a trademark attorney, and they will give you all the ins and outs. And I also talked to a licensed perfumer, and she also told me exactly what I needed to do. So how much are my oils? All of my oils, they're all listed on the website, starting anywhere from the smallest size, I believe, is the 1/8 ounce, which is $6.99, all the way up to the 1/3 are going for $8.99, because I got to factor in shipping, and then the 1 ounce roll-ons, Boston rounds, those are all going for 17.99, and that also includes free shipping, Mona. And then, of course, if you go over to the wholesale section, I'm sorry, everybody, everything's priced a little differently. So let's see here. One, two. So what's new, guys? What states are you all viewing in from? It is so warm today. It's such a beautiful day today. Do I have any Beethoven said, do I have any new? That's funny. Beethoven, BAE. Do you have any new fragrances, including premiums this spring season? So yeah, Beethoven, yeah. Massachusetts. Yeah, you're in a good area, man. You're definitely in a good area. For the oils, for the fragrances. Uh as far as spring, I'm checking out one. There's one that my wife was wearing last night. She won't tell me which one it was. It was a sample that came back, and so she's gatekeeping on my samples here. So I'm gonna have to do a little more investigating on my own samples to find out exactly which one she was wearing last night, because it's absolutely a spring fragrance sample that I got in that I haven't made a purchase on. I've been thinking about getting the Baccarat Rouge 540 Beethoven, but I don't know, what is your take on that. The only reason I'm getting it is because I hear it's the number one selling body oil in the country right now. So what's your take on that? The Baccarat, or so he says popular here as well. The body oils or Baccarat? Nene, how are you doing? From Texas. Thanks for viewing in. Thanks for joining in. I'm liking this little setup, guys. This being able to process orders to connect. I can't always be on camera, guys. So it's always nice to be able to tune in and see what's going on. Yeah, that Baccarat, man. I really underestimated that fragrance. Uh I had a sample of it that I got like 3 years ago, actually. And I was like, I just made a mistake of smelling that from the bottle, which is like something that I know I shouldn't do. That's one thing, guys. If you're trying to test out a fragrance, the the last thing you want to do is smell directly from the bottle, and that's just because you don't get the full experience when you're smelling it from the bottle, because you will get something totally different. Like once you put that fragrance on, it's gonna be something totally different once you get it on your skin. And so I picked up just a little bit of the Baccarat, uh, and I tried some on, and I have to admit, it was really nice. It was really nice. And I told one of my fellow vendors, I was like, man, that thing just kind of put me in a different mood, put me in a good mood. So I got my eyes on some of that. if I can get a really really good quality version of that. I don't know. I would say I was I was my brother-in-law came in town and he had the Armoff, the spray. And I was like, is that Armoff? And it turns out Armoff has their version of Baccarat. And that was really nice as well. But I don't know what would you guys say is the second the second most popular body oil in the country right now? What's the second in demand? Would you say Beethoven? We got more viewers in here. Welcome if you're just joining in. Welcome to Extravagant Fragrances. If this is your first time seeing this, I will say more than 50% of people are not subscribed to this channel. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon. And yeah, I'm always putting out new content, guys. Always, we're here to talk trends, what's hot on the market. We're here to talk about the personal fragrance industry. We talk about most things fragrance. So if you got any comments, questions, put it down in the chat, guys. I'll be here probably for maybe the next hour. So I got a little time on my hands here while I'm sitting here making sticks. So as for what's new, back to you, Beethoven. As for what's new, I just got in the new to extravagant fragrances, but I just got in some of the compared to Good Girl, the Carolina Herrera Good Girl, and that one right now, I'm going to tell you right now, that one I think is going to be a hit in the same way that Pink Privacy was a hit or is still a hit. Mona, for you say this is my time. Are you on East Coast time? Beethoven says uh Egyptian musk is always a classic. Amber white, clean, subtle classic. Pink sugar and Obama. Yeah, I agree with that. How's the Obama how is the Obama how does that move in your area, Beethoven? And Egyptian musk you can't go wrong with, man. That's one of my that is a forever fragrance. I'm surprised like none of the big brands have jumped on that one yet. Amber White also is it's also very good. Uh but I'm gonna tell you right now, man, the honey nut musk is starting to move um like the Egyptian musk. And believe it or not, I will say the baby powder is off the chain right now. That's something that's just it's not like you don't really wake up like every day if you're into the oil business thinking to yourself, I'm going to sell a lot of baby powder today. But let me tell you what, the baby powder is really moving out well, locally and also out of state. So that one is a very good seller, at least for me. And it's a good seller in body oils. It's a good seller in incense sticks, and it's also a good seller in burning oils. So that you just never know in this business, man. You just never know what is gonna be your biggest seller, because it's like I'm selling that when I order like baby powder almost around the same time that I order Egyptian musk, and that's pretty regularly. Uh, I'm sorry. So Mona says, "I'm sorry. This is my first time being on here." Oh, well, welcome, Mona. Welcome for joining in. Are you into the fragrance business? Are you into the body oil business, or are you just an enthusiast? Let's see. So, but Beethoven says, so it moves well for middle-aged crowds. Talking about the Obama body oil. It moves well for middle-aged crowd in my area. Certain younger customers, high school and younger 20s prefer designer types. Okay. Um, so did that include the Obama or no? Yeah, the young crowd, man, they all want the designers, man. I know. They all want the designers. Okay, you said in the response to Obama in your area. so so Mona Ford says I'm in Chicago and I've been looking for you to come on so I can buy some of the oils. Well, I'm here. I'm here, Mona. So any question you have, you just let me know. And I can answer you directly right now. But right now, the we've got some we've got quite a bit of burning oils going out today. We got cherry and cherry is a big seller for me as well. Like that stuff moves out like hotcakes. And also the baby powder, like I said, baby powder burning oil. And but we're mostly making sticks today. So if you have any questions, go ahead. If you have any questions about the comment about the wholesale section of the website as well. Uh I know it can be a little bit confusing. Some people they go to place their order and then some people um don't really pick their selections of fragrances. So please, if you do place an order wholesale, please make sure to include the selections. You can go over to the master list on the website and you pick all your selections and you can send them directly to my email or in the notes section when you're checking out uh with the order. Shadid Muhammad. Walaikum salam, brother. How you doing? So he's from Ashland. Was that a misspelling? Shadid, the brother Shadid says, as long as I emailed your brother about that sample order, but I received a reply, but it was just a reply of I guess a website of your store. My question was ordering a sample kit of your body oils. Brother Shadid, are you so you there was one oil that you said you think that it was the white oud because one of the bottles leaked. And so but you said you're almost certain it was the white oud. If you're able to send me just a little strip of that on a piece of paper, just send it in the mail. Just put a stamp on the letter and send it in. I'll be able to identify exactly what it is. But didn't you place an order on the site? Did you get the was it you that got the oud edition, brother? Let me know. If it was you that got the oud edition, I'm trying to move as fast as I can with these orders. But I wanted to carefully select the samples that I wanted to send out to you. So for those viewing, if you're placing an order on the website and you're requesting samples, just please bear with me because I don't really like to rush the samples. I like to handpick and select like the best ones to go out um, before I ship those out. Before I ship the order out. Monica, how are you doing, Monica K? What's going on, Monica? Uh, so your order was shipped. Keep a lookout on the tracking, and I believe I also put in. a couple samples in yours as well, Monica. We were just talking about the baby powder. How it's become a big seller, believe it or not, and also the I included the revised version of the Nag Champa as a sample for you as well. So that is in your package, Monica. How's everything over there in Seattle? Is the sun shining? So, and I've been meaning to get the tobacco vanilla as an incense oil on the website because that one is, I'm going to tell you right now, that's a really good burn. That's great to hear. Yeah, it's really warm here in Pennsylvania. Um, I got some freezer burning right now. I just made like a 19-inch freezer stick. Uh, awesome. Well, I hope it all works out for you, Monica. I think you're gonna really like the Amir Al Oud. That fragrance right there is picking up steam on my end. I picked up, I like to pick up a little bit, and then if it picks up steam, then I like to purchase a larger order of the fragrance. And so far, that one is it seems to be a reliable seller for me. So yeah. Uh, but uh, but I was just before you came on, Monica. We were talking about the Baccarat Rouge seems to be top seller in the country right now. So I'm thinking about. I have a little bit of it right now, but I'm thinking about carrying that in a larger quantity very soon. So we got right now. We are soaking some tobacco vanilla incense sticks. There was one customer today just shipped her the tobacco vanilla in 19-inch, and she also got she actually bought the actual body oil because she loved the incense stick so much that she was like wanted to wear it. So we sent that off. And Monica, regarding the Baccarat Rouge, she says I noticed lots of suppliers offering that one. Yeah, yeah. Uh, she said I don't care for it. Yeah, I at first I didn't care for the Baccarat Rouge. Uh, it's not bad. At first, I did not care for that fragrance at all. I was like not impressed. But the mistake that I made, Monica, was when I kept having customers ask for it, and then I caught wind that it was like the number one selling body oil in the nation right now, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna give this another go. I'm like, it's like dragon's blood, right? Like it's like one of those fragrances. I thought it was going to be one of those fragrances that you want to like it, but it's hard to like. But I actually have to be honest, it is a nice fragrance. But we'll just see how long this trend can keep up of it being the top fragrance in the nation right now. Uh Shadi Muhammad says, "Thank you for replying, brother. I wanted to order a sample of one of everything that you have in the men's body oils. Oof. Um, brother, if you can, um, I mean, it would be best if you get a wholesale kit, and maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that, but it's just the time it takes to do samples. It takes a long, long time. Especially when it's like one individual sample. So if you can kind of like, because there's about 100 and something different men's, and I'm just saying that's I could do it, but it's going to take a long time. So we'll work something out. We'll work something out on that, inshallah. But if you could send me an email about that, and we can discuss that further. But just if you do place an order like that, please know that it's gonna take a while. You're gonna have to give me a bit of time to process that. So Monica's nice. Got to do what the market dictates. Catch that wave. Yeah. I just hope that it's hangs around like the Dior Sauvage, right? Dior Sauvage is like one of those fragrances that is still kicking here in my locality, Monica. The Dior Sauvage is selling better than everything. And this is just my feedback from one top vendor in the area. So yeah, I might dip my toe into that baccarat. We'll see. But the good girl Carolina Herrera I got in is a really good one, Monica. I just mentioned that earlier. Beethoven says, are there any high selling single note fragrances? Cherry, pineapple, mango. See a huge advantage for manufacturers, oil chemists, especially when the raw materials are minimal. Um, High selling single note fragrances. Now, personally, Beethoven, I don't know if I would put the cherry on my skin or the pineapple on my skin, because the cherry and the pineapple that I carry, it is straight fragrance. So you may have to put a little bit of. I was advised by the manufacturers to put a little DPG in those if you're gonna wear them. Uh, but like cherry, cinnamon, I don't know if I would put that on my skin. Pineapple, maybe, yeah. That one, pineapple, I use that to make the Jamaican coconut. But those are more like incense oils. I can sell them in body oils. Actually, there's the cherry I carry is actually used in one of my body oils, but just a very, very little bit of it. Now, the mango, on the other hand, I have a really, really good mango. I'm talking about my regular mango, not the Remember Me one. The Remember Me is a different version of mango, but the actual mango that I carry is a big seller in body oil. So actually, believe it or not, I just actually shipped that out. I shipped some of that out today. Uh Shadi Muhammad, absolutely. Yeah. If you can just, like I said, bear with me on those. Um then yeah, if you're willing to be patient, which you are, I believe you're pretty patient brother. So uh, yeah, I can work something out with you. So we are soaking cherry incense right now, and these are going out tomorrow. So you guys already know. Like when I make sticks, I ship fresh. The sticks are slightly wet. Brother Shadi, what state are you in? We got that out of the way. Now we're on to the 19-inch sticks. French vanilla is going out. That one hasn't moved in a while, and so that one is going out in 19-inch sticks. I think we got some more people coming in here. So while we're here, I don't want to have any dead air. I like to keep the flow going, the conversation going. So while I'm here, uh, to my fellow vendors that are viewing, what are now, Beethoven? You told me like your Obama seems to be doing good in your area. What else is moving, guys, from in your different states? What are the most popular ones you're seeing moving out? Uh oh, man, it is raining. Just when I spoke about, just when I was speaking about the warm weather, we're starting to get a downpour right now. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back, guys. We got another comment here. Oh, okay. So, Nene says, are you able to do samples on a little strip of cardstock paper instead of the bottles? Yes, absolutely. I can do that. And actually, I do it on cardboard sometimes, but I want something that's gonna be like more presentable. So I may get those ones that the perfumers use, and yeah, I can do that. Mona says, I need a price listing of your oil, please. Mona, which so if you like I said, if you go to the wholesale section of the website, you'll see all the prices listed for wholesale. If there's anything like a particular thing you need that is not listed on the website, I can quote you. But the best thing I can tell you, Mona, is send me an email, please, to extravagant fragrances. Here, I'll put it in the comments. Uh, uh wait a second here. Uh, head over to my website, extravagantfragrances.com, and go to the contact section. Send me an email. Or just go to extravagantfragrances at gmail, and hold on, I'll post that right now in the chat. So that's there. Yeah, if you can go and send me an email, I can give you a quote. But yeah, most of the prices are there on the website. And I think what you're asking for is a catalog. I do need to get a catalog. I used to have price lists, but it's just I kind of had a hard time keeping up with, like, every time I come out with a new oil, I have to reprint and change the whole catalog. So uh, I got to figure out a better system for that. So Beethoven says Azara Wanted is is a top seller in his area, and you said Minnesota, correct? He also said Dolce Gabbana Light Blue, especially in the warmer season, is uh is good fragrance. Now, yeah, the light blues, Beethoven, all the light blues, man, they've been top sellers for years since I like started in this business. Just Smell So Good says Al Haram in, I think you mean Al Haramain Oud Sultan. Is that, am I saying that correct? Or is it your spelling exactly what you meant? Oud Sultan sounds like an import. Monica K says, over here, Brazilian Crush is my best seller for both men and women. Yeah, that who's the original designer of that Monica? I saw that. Why did that come across my eyes the other day? Monica, absolutely no problem. If you have any questions, please, yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can also reach out to me on my socials. I'm over there also on Instagram, Extravagant Fragrances at Instagram, and also on TikTok as well. Sol de Janeiro. Who makes that? Is that the brand? Monica, is that the original brand, Sol de Janeiro? Okay, just smells so good says, yeah, that was he spelled that correctly, which was, he said in his area, the Alham in Oud Sultan is a top seller. Monica Case says pistachio, vanilla, salted caramel notes. That's in the Brazilian fragrance, Brazilian crush. Okay. Yeah, the pistachio seems to be a trending note. I've noticed that that pistachio gelato. There's one of my fellow vendors. She's always promoting that one, and on online. So yeah, that seems to be another trending thing. I have to be honest. I wish I was a little bit more uh quicker to get on some of these fragrances because they ended up becoming like big sellers. But I think it's never too late. Like Azara Wanted came out a few years ago. But that one locally is still Beethoven. That Azara Wanted locally is still a big seller. I saw one lady, she was a vendor, and she was saying the Azara Wanted in her area, she's in Georgia. She said Azara Wanted in her area is more for uh like men in their 50s and stuff like that. And then she said like the Azara, the most wanted, and then I forgot the other one. There's another Azara Wanted, uh, most wanted by night or something like that. She said those are more for like a younger crowd, like the 20, 30 year olds. But one of the local vendors was like, I don't know what she's talking about. He's like, because Azara, the Azara Wanted moves in all the stores that he's in. So really, it really depends on, there are local trends that are different for everybody. Monica K says it's okay. It's been my best seller since I first started a few years ago. You're talking about the Brazilian Crush, Monica. A few years ago, people still love it. That's why I'm excited to see how your mango sells. It might do well here too. Yeah, listen. The Remember Me. Well, I talked about the regular mango that I have, Monica. Uh, which is a big seller. That particular mango that I have is a very like strong mango. Um, but the Remember Me is also a mango fragrance. But yeah, I had a family member come in town and she's like, yeah, she's like, I like that one sample you gave me, and she opened up her wallet and she had the Remember Me sample in her wallet, like just all beat up. I'm like, dang, I could have rushed and got her another bottle, but but yeah, so that one seems to be catching some good traction as well. So I hope to have that around for a while. Okay, the next fragrance we're making here is gonna be uh gotta soak the French vanilla. Hopefully I have enough. Here we go. Hope I got enough of this. Here. See, I'm sitting here looking at this French vanilla incense oil, and I'm like, I can't tell if it's the straight oil or if it's the French vanilla that already has the DPG in it. So I have another jug laying around here. There we go. Yep. Yeah, so that's good to know. I mean, like I said, you just never know. Uh which fragrance is gonna start moving. I have some fragrances that I'm like, Pine used to move real well, but it only moved real well with like one customer. I have a really, really strong pine. It's really good for incense making. You know, it can be used for candles. It can be used for diffusers. Uh, but it's just very, very strong. Jam says, "Are your oils uncut?" So let me just explain something on that. Uh, so I deal with directly with some manufacturers, and so what the manufacturers tell me is like body oil, for example. No, body oils are cut, and the reason why I say that, and not these aren't my words, these are manufacturers' words, is because they have to use a certain amount of DPG in it to uh, stabilize the fragrance and also make it skin safe. So it is something that all manufacturers use in the process. Now, if you're asking, do I cut my oils? Absolutely not. I don't add anything to my oils. But on the manufacturing side of things, they put a little bit in there to make it to do what they have to do. And so that's what that is. Just to, like I said, to bring all the ingredients together and stabilize it. Back in the day, I mentioned this in the live stream. Back in the day, they used to use sandalwood in the process because, like, when you're dealing with essential oils, for example, right? Essential oils are very volatile, which means when you go to put, let's say, lavender, for example, right? You go to put that on your skin, it's going to evaporate within a couple minutes. It's gone, just because that's the nature of essential oils. And so, what perfumers in the past would do, and there's still a lot of crafters that do that till this day, is they'll use carrier oils like sandalwood, and that helps to stabilize everything, to keep everything in place, right? It's almost like uh, kind of like the thickener that's in Egyptian musk, right? Helps to keep everything in place and slow down the Monica, fill me in here. Help me out here, Monica. Monica knows the terms. It helps to slow down the basically the evaporation rate of the essential oils that are in the product. So that you got to have that in there. But as for me adding extra things, no, I don't do that. I sell it as it is. Uh, that's right. Monica said, Monica says it's a fixative. Yeah. So yeah. So Jam said. Anyways, to respond to your question, Jams. Yeah, you got to have that, man. Now, when it comes to like diffuser and stuff like candle oils, I'm told that there is like little to no DPG, right? Little to no DPG, just because, for example, like the reeds that's used in reed diffusers, um, it has to be that oil has to be thin enough to travel up through the reeds so it can do what it needs to do to smell a room up. So when it comes to uh, those kind of fragrances, they have to be formulated differently than body oils. But yeah, like I said, like the body oils to make it cosmetic, skin safe, and all that. Yeah, they got to add the DPG, man. I there was one crafter I saw online, and he was like, he was using a different sandalwood as a fixative, which was like a really really light version, because in that old school way of perfumery, uh, they don't want to. Well, the reason why he didn't want like a strong sandalwood is because he didn't want people smelling the sandalwood and the fragrance. He just wanted to use it just for fixative purposes and not for the sake of people smelling sandalwood in the background. Hold on a second. I'm pouring. I'm up here making some sticks. We're still looking at the comments. So Beethoven says, what are some bodily areas that are great for applying fragrance oils for protection and strength? Uh, for protection and strength, uh, well, I don't know if you're talking the metaphysical side of things, Beethoven. I don't really get into the metaphysical side of things. Uh, but as for some of the best places to apply, it's going to be on your wrists, on your behind the earlobes, your neck. Um, I like to put it on my wrist, on my hand, and then just swipe my hand over my beard. Sometimes what I'll do, it's actually an Islamic practice to actually. There are narrations where it says the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, his wife used to perfume his beard. So that's why, like, you always hear about like those Muslim oils and stuff like that. That's like a thing, right? The reason why Muslims are so into oils is because it's actually an Islamic practice going all the way back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. So on the day of Friday, the worship day, the Friday prayer, his wife would apply so much perfume in his beard. It was set until his beard was shining. So that's actually where I put it in my beard, and also I believe also in the hair. So I'll put it in the hair, and also you can put it behind your calves because these are uh like hot, areas, like high temperature areas. Another place that I personally put it is not under my armpits, but like on the other side of my, like, where your bicep muscle is at, like on the inside, right? Not up in the armpit, but like on the inside of the bicep. So, absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely. Uh, so yeah, those are just some different places. And sometimes I don't even like to put it on my skin or my body at all. Like Monica will tell you, like we were talking the other day, and, and we were talking about how sometimes we just are not in the mood to put fragrance on at all. So sometimes what I'll do is uh, I'll just spray it on. Like I'll put it in, I'll make a quick spray, and I'll just kind of make a mist, and then I'll walk into it. I mix it up every now and then. So Beethoven says, "My bad, projection for the smell to carry and trail." Yeah, that those are probably the best ways I've seen. There was one guy used to, uh, one of my vendors at the gym, and he used to. This guy was like big on racquetball, Beethoven, and he used to put it behind his calves, and then like on his wrist. And you want to talk about a trail. So I don't really know like how much he was putting on, or if it was the fact that he put it on in those like, those different areas. So sometimes I'll put it on my socks. You know what I mean? Just because your socks, like the upper part of your socks that you pull up, it's just like out of the way. It's not like if you wanted to like really load up on the fragrance, I like to put it down there on my socks, or like down like at the bottom of my pants, because I'm like, okay, it's going to help with leaving a trail, and it's not going to be so close to my nose where it's annoying me. So those are just like some other areas I'll put it. Jen said, we'll order a couple cents from you, and if it works out good, we'll order one of your wholesale kits. Looking to start my own fragrance business. Jam, sounds good, man. I think it's really time, man. Like, uh, I can tell you so many people that it's getting into this business, how much it's improved their life. I've had many people tell me that, you know. Um, so yeah, cause wages these days are not keeping up, man. They're just not keeping up with inflation. Everything's going up. Except for if you work a job, like it's not keeping up fast enough. But one thing that I've noticed though is on the topic of the economy, one thing that I've noticed is local companies seem to be doing really well with paying their employees. I've noticed that here in Pittsburgh kind of almost ended up like Detroit, right? Where uh, when the Detroit kind of went downhill, it was because like all the car manufacturing companies pulled out, and so here in Pittsburgh, where I'm at, the steel was a big industry here in this city, and so when steel got outsourced overseas, there were a lot of people that lost jobs. But what kept the city alive was uh, medical, and also the tech sector really picked up here and brought a lot of money to the city, and also sports. So if you don't know much about Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh is a real big sports city. So um, so that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm noticing. A lot of the like corporate companies seem to be cutting jobs and stuff like that, and just straight across the board, like layoffs and whatnot. But I think there's a different economy when it comes to local, and also local companies. Just smells so good says it all depends on the vendor. I basically sell to all clients in different times of the year. Yeah, same here, man. Um, and some fragrances move differently during different times of the year, like you said. Manny Perez says Egyptian musk for life. Yeah, I can't do this business without the Egyptian musk, man. There was one guy that this one vendor, and this guy he had all the body oils, and then like on in one section of his website, all he had was Egyptian musk, and he had all these different kits for Egyptian musk. So this guy literally, to me, it appeared that he did so well with that fragrance that he designated a whole section on his website just for Egyptian musk, because he was like Egyptian musk 144 roll-ons, Egyptian musk 1 pound, Egyptian musk 2 pounds, Egyptian musk, all these different sizes he offered. And he didn't do that with any other fragrance but that. So top seller. Monica K says, I just got laid off my contracting job with Microsoft. Been with them for 8 years. Our project is getting outsourced. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that, Monica. It's craziness. Really it is. And like I said, I'm always look, if you're in the business of, when we talk body oils, we're not just talking body oils, we're also talking commodities. And if you're in this kind of area, any area where you're dealing with like commodities, physical commodities, you're always at least myself, I could say, and a lot of people are a little more in tune with what's going on with economics and stuff like that. And so yeah, I've noticed uh that there are layoffs regarding a lot of the corporate companies. And um if I were to take a wild guess, I would say Microsoft is getting outsourced to India. Am I right or wrong, Monica? But I sure do wish you the best on your business, and hopefully this will be a blessing in disguise for you. Sometimes uh, sometimes we have to go through things through certain circumstances to get us in a better place. And that's how businesses are started. Sometimes businesses are started in situations like that where you maybe you're laid off and you're like, dang, I got to make some money. So boom, you just you start a business and it ends up being quite successful. Yeah. Monica says, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. So India, huh? Yep. Yeah. So I mean that I have to be honest. Like when I first started this business, I was a personal trainer there in California. I tell the story all the time, but uh let's see. If Beethoven said piggybacking off of Monica's comment, in the last recession, I actually when I was a personal trainer, I lost like almost all my clients. And if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't have forced me to adapt to those changes and to position myself into going into perfume. And at that time, it was also the nutraceuticals because I was like designing dietary supplements when I was there in California. And so I'm thankful. I'm definitely thankful to God that um, it was a weird circumstance, but it was for the better. Um, So Beethoven says, "How resilient is the oil industry during a recession? Still ordered during the pandemic." Let me tell you, Beethoven, it is, from experience and from what I've seen, very resilient. As a matter of fact, I would say, like you mentioned here in that comment, like during the pandemic, actually, I was slammed with orders. I had stacks, big, thick stack invoices of orders I had that was just like super backed up, man. Super backed up. But then again, that was also when those stimulus checks were being put out as well. But it's really an all time of the year, all season type of situation. There's a fellow vendor I ran into online who lives in Pakistan. And let's just say this. I know a couple guys from Pakistan. There's the ones that's always asking for money, and there's him. He's a perfume seller. He sells all the imports, and he does very well. That brother never asks for money. He never asks for money. He's always, he just wants to greet and talk to somebody in a different country, and hey, tell me how to say this in English. You know what I mean? But um, I talked to a lot of vendors, man. I knew the guy that got me started was actually from Syria, and he was telling me in Syria, he was saying how there will be perfume vendors all on the same street. They're like within minutes from each other, and he was saying that they all do very well. So if you are in a good location with high foot traffic and you're around the type of people that want this kind of product, personally, I think you can do very well. I would do wholesale, I would do retail, and I would also supply uh, the bottles. Uh, but I mean, I've been in this, man, since the last recession, and so far so good. It's helped me out of some real sticky situations, man. Like when I was in California in the last recession, the reason I got into this was I started off small and I sold a few bottles because I got in a jam. It was like a 400 something dollar car repair that was like really unexpected. I'm like, man, I had a family, wife and kids, and I'm like, yeah, I got to get my car fixed. Otherwise, I'm gonna be getting around on the bike for a while. And just sold just a few bottles, you know, to a couple gym goers when I was there in the gym, and that was enough. That was enough to repair my car, and that was all only within a few minutes. Like, just made couple calls and talked to a couple people, and so that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. I could, you can, what will take you like a whole week to make, let's say a few $100 or $1,000 or whatever the case is, um, with perfume, you can make that potentially in a very short period of time. So I hope that answers your question. Um, yeah, I'm not saying give up to your 9 to 5. If you have a 9 to 5, it's probably a good idea to keep it until you get established enough where you can just walk away and just be in this full time. But the guy that I was dealing with, when he got me started, he was doing this and he was also driving an ice cream truck. So he was selling from both ends. And eventually his fragrance business took over and he sold his ice cream truck and went into fragrance full time. So it's kind of like a matter of, you want to jump rope, as he would say. You gotta, he said in Syria, he's like, we got a saying, you gotta jump rope on both ends. Uh, I don't really quite know what that means, but basically you want to kind of juggle two things at the same time until you can get rid of the other side. The Egyptian musk incense stick seems to be going out pretty well. Oh, I got another tobacco vanilla I'm gonna make. Yeah. There was one guy that this happened some years ago, and I had some, honestly, I just had like some stray oils. Like these bottles were like not even, I mean, nothing fancy. I don't even think some of them were labeled, but I gave some of these bottles to him, and the brother was kind of like, he was in a tight situation, and he came back to me later on. And I gave it to him not really thinking anything of it. I was like, well, maybe he'll probably use it for his own use. It'll probably sit in his house, who knows. Um but he came back to me and he's like, bro, he's like, I just want to let you know. He's like, those oils you gave me, he's like, it really improved my economic situation. And that was a testimony of just some bottles that were just laying around. Like I didn't have any plans for those oils. So that was one testimony I got some years ago. And then there was another brother out in North Carolina who got a wholesale kit from me, but it wasn't for him. He was actually getting the wholesale kit for, it was like a mother and a daughter. It was like a single mom and her daughter, and she needed some money. And he bought her a wholesale kit, and he's like, bro, he's like that wholesale kit really helped out this lady, this single mom, and her situation. So um yeah, you just don't really know. Like, Monica, hey, it was good having you on again, Monica, as usual. So hope to see you soon again, and let me know when your package arrives. Sounds good. So like I was gonna say, you just never know. Like, uh, in your network, people that you are doing business with, you just never know. Who knows who? You know, you might have somebody who knows like a ton of people, and that's really what it is. At the end of the day, you're not just in the fragrance business, but you're also in the business of people, talking to different people, dealing with different people, and dealing with other people's networks. Monica always brings she's always kind of the life of the party when she's on. She's always got some good, because Monica's really big into the fragrance already. I think she's been into the candles for quite some time. So when it comes to like that kind of stuff, and there's quite a few things that I actually learned from her. So it's always good having her on. Hey, Hey Beethoven, how long you been in the fragrance business? Wow, it was like five something when I got online here. It's already like seven. So, anyways, we got some people still here viewing in. If you're viewing in, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share this video. But we are here making incense sticks, guys and girls. Just got done with the French vanilla. I'm about to go and make some Egyptian musk incense sticks. But let's go down some of the top sellers, guys, on incense. Uh, Actually, they're all top sellers. I have Black Woman and incense sticks. It's not on the website just because I just haven't put it up there yet. But that's also another really great burn. And I'll go down the list of a few other really good burns as well. I want to get. I have this version of Mecca that I got when I very first started the fragrance business, and it is like it just smells like a classic incense oil that I don't know. It kind of takes me back to like the early '90s when I smell that particular Mecca. So I want to get that a larger quantity of that probably in the future, but it's still sitting here right now. Beethoven says he's been into fragrance oil since 2016, but more of an oil enthusiast. Okay, yeah, man. Um, yeah, everybody everybody's got their toes in it. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels of having your how far you're into it. So um, I take it that I kind of get the impression you're in the tech area too, Beethoven, because you were mentioning something around the same time as Monica about the outsourcing of these companies. Uh, but while I'm here, guys, I don't want to waste any time while I'm here. Not updating and filling everybody in on what is going on with extravagant fragrances. But just a quick update, guys. So let's talk about we were talking about incense oils, and I'm gonna get on that. Hold on, we gotta come. Oh, so you work for fintech? Is that like a tech? I've heard that name. Well, obviously, it's got tech in the in the word fintech. I've heard that company before. What kind of work do you do with fintech, Beethoven? But we're gonna. I'll be back and forth between these comments here. But really quick update, guys, on the with extravagant fragrances right now. We have imported bottles, big shipment that just came in a few weeks ago. I haven't listed everything on the website, but we have the 3 ml clear bottles, the dipstick with the gold cap. We have 3 ml black import bottles with the gold cap. We have that same style in 6 ml and also 12 ml. And we also have 6 ml dipstick import bottles with gold design and gold caps as well. So I'll probably be posting more of that on the website. We also got a big shipment in of the 1 pound African black soap. So that's in stock. We've got lots of bottles. If you need gross and the 1/3 roll-ons, If you need the 864 bottles of the 1/3 roll-ons, we also have plenty of those in stock, and we also have plenty of the 2 ml screw cap sample bottles. If you're the type of person that samples out your fragrances, so that's all in stock, guys. So Beethoven says financial technology building payment system. So let me ask you, Beethoven. So they're out. Are they outsourcing fintech as well? And how would that work if you're working for them? Is that like you wouldn't lose your job, would you? Or is it going to be like something that you can still like work remotely? What's the deal with that, man? What's up with all these jobs going overseas? I'm thinking if see if all these jobs are going overseas and uh they're doing it for cheaper labor, then at what point overseas would people get tired of like wouldn't they at some point get tired of working for cheap? Oh, I see. Some companies do if they find yeah, but like overseas, for example, you would think because especially like in India, for example, right? You have a lot of people that are into tech. Okay, they're just that's just their thing, you know. You have a lot of people in tech, which would mean that the competition for those jobs will probably be a lot higher. And so if the competition is higher for those particular jobs, then I would think that that would probably uh, drive down what a company would have to pay those people to do that kind of work. Hence, maybe people wouldn't want to do that kind of work if they know that the company can find people in that area, for a dime a dozen. I don't know. What's your take on that? Just Smells So Good says, can I suggest place the body oils in the middle on your chest and stomach, and that core heat will linger for hours through your clothes with adding the fragrance on clothes. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try that. Just smells so good. I'll have to definitely try that. So Beethoven, I'm sure you're seeing this. But yeah, I'll definitely try that out. That sounds like a plan. So, we just had a short downpour right now of rain, and now it just kind of cleared, just stopped out of nowhere. But it looks like it's gonna pour again, actually. Yeah, whoa. I'm sitting here making sticks, and I stepped outside for a second, and I just counted like one, two, like four full grown whitetail deer. We got so many deer out here, guys. Yeah. Let me see here. So if you're also viewing in, if you're looking for a really good pineapple fragrance, guys, I carry pineapple. I mean, it's really good, especially for making incense sticks. It's good for incense sticks, candles, diffusers. So I have a really good pineapple, a really strong pineapple in stock, guys. If you guys are looking for a good pineapple, let me know. And I also carry that. You can send me a message, extravagantfragrances at Gmail. If that's something you're into. So Beethoven says. I was asking him about. We're talking about outsourcing tech jobs to overseas, and he says, um, "My guess is because the cost of living in the states may be higher than foreign countries. Most companies can appeal to those, especially if the company is cutting costs and getting the same productivity." Hmm. See, but that's interesting. Because then it makes me wonder if these jobs are being outsourced to overseas because the cost of living is going up, people want higher pay, then what does that say about real estate? If people um, now don't have those jobs because they're being outsourced, uh, then the question is what's going to happen to those, let's say, the high cost of living, the rent or mortgage or whatever, what's going to happen to all of that? You're going to say, I always put stuff together, man. I'm always connecting the dots, Beethoven. Either they're I'm thinking maybe there's going to be a real estate crash, or people are going to start realizing, oh snap, I just lost my tech job or whatever job that is, and now I need to find a way to make money, which to me, um I'm guessing, if I were to take a wild guess, I would say people would start to get into commodities, buying, selling, trading, learning a new skill or craft, right? There would have to be some kind of shift in the market. There always is though, man. That's just the history, especially in this country, is like we go through pain here, and then like, we get through it, and then the economy just changes. Everything changes. So next up we've got some cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon incense sticks are getting made next. Jamaican coconut. So Beethoven says the real estate market implodes. So yeah, we were just talking about what we were kind of forecasting here regarding jobs getting outsourced and what will be left. He says real estate market implodes, crashes, or higher earning individuals migrate to those places that raised their prices. Possibly. What do you, which what are you leaning on the most? What does your gut tell you the most? I personally, I don't know. I think there's gonna be another real estate crash, man. Because real estate just seems like it's like at a standstill. We had that big rush. People are fighting over properties and stuff during the pandemic, and now it's like crickets right now, man. But then again, some people say in different states, it's still busier in their states or their areas. But I'm gonna tell you this: Beethoven, rain or shine, fragrances are still selling, no matter what's going on in the economy. People still need their Egyptian musk, man. They still need their frankincense. They still need their incense sticks. And that goes to show. There was an article I was reading. They were talking about perfume during, I think it was during the last recession, and they were saying the reason why perfume sales was still very very stable was the fact that in a economic downturn when people are losing their jobs or they're depressed, um, they said that people still wanted to feel good about themselves, so people can still continue buying perfume or fragrance items even in an economic downturn. uh so he said, but it was those fragrances are still essential. Yeah, man. It does something, man. It does something to the mind, something to the nose. And personally, I can speak for me. Uh, I believe it improves my well being, and I don't mean on a therapeutic like essential oil level. No, I don't mean on that, but I mean as far as just putting me in a good mood. You know, I'm talking like more on a psychological level. For me, I'm speaking for myself. So back what he was saying, Beethoven, we were going back and forth about real estate. He was saying he doesn't wish that real estate crashes, but real estate markets crash. But real estate market crashes. Interest rates are high now and been high for a while. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, man. Mona Ford said, "Do you have any special sales going on?" Mona, I have some special sales going for you. If it's your first time, just reach out to me. Um, you know, the the 144 1/3 ounce kit. Um, at one point I actually raised the price on that, but then it was like nobody was buying it, and so I knocked it back down to $250 for 100. You get 144 bottles of the 1/3 roll-ons. That's $1.75 a bottle. And so that seems to move well at that price. Um, I have I'm actually processing one of those tonight, and those are gonna. I have a wholesale kit of the 1/3 ounce going out tonight, and so depending, sometimes I'll throw in a couple freebies or something like that. You know what I mean? If you send me an email, send me a request or a request, just send me an email. You say you've been trying to reach me. What where have you been trying to reach me, Mona? Did you send me an email, extravagantfragrances at Gmail? Cause sometimes I reply, and I don't know if this was you, but I replied to someone the other day, and I never got a response back. So, if you send me an email, you also might want to check like your spam box, because sometimes emails go to spam. So you might want to check that. But uh, you've been trying to reach me on YouTube too. I don't know why I'm not seeing any of your messages. Yeah, here. So I'm on my one phone here. I have another phone. And Mona, send me an email right now, would you? Because I'm gonna check my email right now. So we're gonna get to the bottom of this. I don't like that. Like when I get lost in communication with people. So if you send me an email right now, just say, "Hey, it's Mona." Send me an email right now, Mona. And I'm literally sitting right here in front of my email. ExtravagantFragrances at Gmail. I'm right here in front of my email right now. So if you send it right now, I will see it. Let's see here. Yeah, I saw your one comment. It said, "Hey, Mona Ford, you got to send me an email." Cause also too, I don't really discuss pricing and stuff in the comment section. And also if I wanted to do a particular deal with you, then that deal is just for you. So yeah, I'll be waiting. Yeah, it's real warm, guys. It is real warm. I think it was like 80 something degrees here, in PA. And I started the balcony garden. Uh, we got tomatoes growing, and I have some leftover super hot pepper plants that I planted last summer, that I brought indoors. Hey, Beethoven. Beethoven says logging off. Appreciate the feedback and tips today. Thank you. No, thank you, Beethoven, for joining in and being a part of the conversation. I definitely appreciate it, man. I'll talk to you soon. Um, but yeah, if there's any more questions, any more comments, Mona, I'll be looking out for your email. I had a special on. It was like the last 10 days of Ramadan, and it was like for the last 10 days, it was it was. Take care, Beethoven. Yeah, it was like 10% off the whole website. I don't do specials often, um, but yeah, it was those last 10 days. I did 10% off everything. So that special is gone, but I still think the 144 1/3 ounce kit. I think that's a good deal. You can turn around. You can sell those roll-ons for anywhere between $5 to $8, depending on where you're at. I heard of people selling those for as much as $20 to $40. So it really depends on where you're at, Mona, and you kind of have to feel out your market. I don't put price tags. I don't tell people, hey, you have to sell it for this price. I'm just giving you an idea of what different markets will spend on a 1/3 roll on. So I hope that answers your question. But if there's any more questions, looks like we got about a few other viewers in here. If there's any other questions, guys, go ahead and put it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be wrapping this live stream up. It was a good conversation. I think we had a good, a good amount of participants in the conversation as well. So I'll be here. I'll be hanging in there for maybe the next 2 minutes, guys, and then I'll be probably logging off. Hey, Mona, also, if you are considering getting into the fragrance business, also the burning oils, the incense oils, that's also another avenue you can go as well. I do pretty well with the incense oils. They move out pretty well. If you're not familiar, you can look up like incense oil warmers, and the actual incense oils, you can squeeze them into the incense warmers, and you can burn the fragrance in your house like that. Uh, and you might be able to appeal more to, let's say, a candle crowd, right? Or people who are into diffusers, and also people that are into wax melts. If they're into the wax melts, you can appeal to that crowd with the incense oils. So that's just something also to consider. Okay, Mona, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check my email right now. Did you just send Mona? Did you just send it to ExtravagantFragrances at Gmail? At Gmail. I didn't get it. I didn't get your email. Yeah, I still didn't get that email. Yeah, so Mona, yeah, if you make candles, yeah, I would look into the burning oils. I do pretty well with burning oils. Um yeah, and from burning oils, of course, you can go into the candles, but if you don't want to do candles, you can just do burning oils. I know some guys that they do the body oils, body oils, incense, and incense oils. There's no rule. It's all up to you. You could even do all of it. You can do candles, incense, diffusers, incense sticks, burning oils, and body oils. Just smells so good. You have a good night too, man. Thank you for joining in the conversation. Emery, how you doing, buddy? I hope you got your order. I've been meaning to put I was just talking about the tobacco vanilla. I've been meaning to put that on the website. Um, as soon as I get a little caught up, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, your order has been shipped off. I hope you got it. Mona, if you cannot get through to that email, also send me an email. You can catch me on OzFit. Uh, I'll put it here in the comments. OzFit@yahoo.com. Try this email as well, Mona. Okay. Henry said he been swinging the oils like, well, I ain't gonna say the word. Hey, it's all legal, man. It's all legal. Legal money, man. Yep. So yeah, check me out, Mona, on that email. And if you can't catch me on that email, send me a DM on Instagram. But it's starting to get late, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this up, guys. And again, if you can't find me on for some reason you're not getting through to me on extravagant fragrances at Gmail, send me an email at Yahoo Osfit. That's OSSFIT at yahoo.com, or send me a DM on Instagram. Extravagant fragrances on Instagram. So until then, thanks for joining in, everybody, and I will see you soon. And you also have a good night too, Henry. Take care, man.